Deep sleep is a critical stage in which your brain's waste removal system activates to wash away toxins that build up during the day. Toxins that can cause poor memory, erratic behavior, confusion, headaches, and fatigue. You'd be forgiven for thinking that procrastination is due to pure laziness and incompetence, but you'd be horribly wrong. That long-held belief could result in a very real financial loss in business and life until you gain a deeper understanding of why you put off doing what you know you need to get done to get ahead. There are 3 weird reasons why you procrastinate, and the third is the most important. Reasons you've never heard of before. And I've even got a free quiz for you below that will pinpoint mistakes you're subconsciously making right now. But first, we need to recognize that there are 2 components to procrastination: psychology and biology. They are 2 sides of the same coin that cannot be separated. The problem is most of us automatically default to blame it on psychology, otherwise known as a lack of willpower, but it's not that simple. This is only one component, and for some not even the most important. I researched this at length in my bestseller Unstoppable. To find answers, I surveyed over 70,000 internationally and collected over 1 million pieces of data. My work revealed some surprising results. 1. The right time, but the wrong frequency. A few years ago, I came across an expert in brain frequencies. After conducting some tests, he shared with me that my brain was attempting to enter a state of delta in the middle of the day. For the uninitiated, delta is a brainwave frequency that occurs when you enter a deep sleep. Think of it like the first gear in your car. You're barely moving while you're wanting to go 1,000,000 miles per hour in the middle of the day. For me, it was the right time to do the work, but the wrong brain frequency to be in to do it. If you find yourself with intense grogginess or sleepiness during the day, it's highly likely that you're not getting enough deep sleep at night. Hence, you're forcing your circadian rhythm to flip from night to day. It's the equivalent of traveling across multiple time zones. Your brain isn't in the right state to do any kind of work at all. Fighting this with caffeine alone is only going to worsen the situation, amplify anxiety, and prevent you from getting enough deep sleep that night that will affect you the following day. A bigger problem also occurs that makes you ineffective at focusing on your work. Deep sleep is a critical stage in which your brain's waste removal system activates to wash away toxins that build up during the day. Toxins that can cause poor memory, erratic behavior, confusion, headaches, and fatigue. All factors that force your primal brain to take control and put you into survival mode, where it will prioritize vital bodily functions over the work that you have to do. So even though it may be the right time to smash through your task list because of a deadline, your brain is at the wrong frequency, making it near impossible to focus. Thankfully, there are 5 ways you can tackle this. But next up, we have the battle within your brain. Procrastination's roots are steeped in your biology. The oldest and strongest part of your brain is called the paleomammalian brain. It's responsible for subconscious emotions such as fear, joy, and fighting. When you feel like fleeing a situation, it's this part of your brain that's running the show, while the prefrontal cortex, which is where decision and planning happen, has taken a back seat because it's a newer and less developed part of your biology. A battle occurs between the two. It's a fight for dominance. And because the paleomammalian brain is much stronger, it often overrides your ability to get your work done, and it wins, leading you to procrastinate. When you're in a state of fight or flight due to stress and deadlines, your brain frequency is also emitting excessive beta waves. I'll cover why this is key shortly, because once you get to the root cause, you can get your own personalized plan for superhuman focus, which brings us to number 3, a battle for energetic resources. This next lesson came about after I asked a clinical counselor if she noticed better outcomes in her patient sessions earlier versus later in the day. The answer was a resounding yes. In fact, she refused to treat some patients after 3 p.m. because they couldn't psychologically process traumatic events due to them being in an emotionally and energetically depleted state. Their brain had turned on power saving mode just like your phone does when the battery drops to 5% charge. Background tasks start to turn off, and so does your ability to focus. Energetic regulation is key to emotional control and productivity. If you're experiencing peaks and dips in energy throughout the day, this is going to be reflected in your level of productivity. Your goal is to have consistent energy throughout the day so you consistently perform at your best. And the free quiz below will help you to pinpoint key areas to focus on with this in mind. But now that you understand your brain frequency, fight or flight function, and energetic regulation has been vital to achieving superhuman focus, let's jump to some more advanced strategies to help you turn the tide right now. First, you must stick to and develop a personalized protocol. This includes waking up at the same time each day and getting sunlight within the first hour. This will reset your circadian rhythm. Your personalized protocol must also factor in nutrition, sleep, frequency, and your personal rhythms. Next, you must practice daily visualizations or meditation to turn off your fight or flight function. This will also change your brain frequency and put you in a far more effective working state. While you work, put in headphones and listen to binaural beats. Specifically, I listen to theta sound waves when I work, especially if I want to enter a deep state of focus and flow where 5 hours of work feels like 5 minutes. Build this into your daily routine to create new neural pathways to get your outcome. Fight your biggest battles early in the morning before decision fatigue hits mid-afternoon, which is where you need to switch to work that is important but not urgent and doesn't require mental gymnastics to complete. Set a timer for 20 minutes to work on the one thing you've been putting off. Once the timer ends, stop work even if you want to keep going. This creates an open loop. Your brain hates incomplete tasks, hence your desire to keep going will increase and drive you to completion. It needs to close that loop. This is a trick that I've used when writing all of my books. Then your next step is to take the free quiz below to pinpoint the other 12 mistakes you're making so you know exactly where you need to focus your efforts so you can still make this your best year yet.